All right, so let's start on our backs and have your weights with you. And my puppies are here, so they'll probably come in and out. All right, so coming onto your back, just have the weights by your side. We're going to do a little relaxing first. So bring the soles of your feet together and just allow yourself to come into butterfly pose. You're going to take your elbows and push them into the floor, squeeze shoulder blades together, and then just relax here. So beginning to breathe down, down, down into the very bottom of your lungs. So just for our first several breaths, just really think about taking that air into your lungs. And as you do, you'll feel this expansion. In order to really fill the lungs up, you start to expand the ribs. And maybe because we're inflating the ribs, the belly is not involved at all. And then exhale, just relax and you'll feel the ribs draw in and letting go. So trying to breathe in through the nose and then out through the nose. But if you'd like a deeper release, then exhale out of your open, relaxed jaw. And then just allowing your hips to relax here. We want our tendons, our ligaments to just have an opportunity to stretch in the connective tissue within our hips. Our muscles take a minute, but our connective tissue takes yin yoga comes into play, is really giving the connective tissue an opportunity. So as we're laying here in butterfly pose, that's what we're allowing for the connective tissue down here. So you're continuing to inflate just the lungs and feeling how you stretch the muscle that connects the ribs. And then relax. So a nice massage there. And then let's start to take that breath down into the belly. So expanding, you're still, of course, breathing just into the lungs, but you're letting that energy move down further so that you then can begin to let the belly go warm and wide. So feeling that. And then as you exhale, I want you to engage your pelvic floor, draw the navel in, and then feel as though you're lifting it up under your ribs, really forcing all the air out. And then inhale, let all of those muscles relax. You'll let the belly go warm and wide, expanding. And exhale, engage the pelvic floor, navel drawn in and up. And then we'll do that 3 more times. So nice slow breaths utilizing this hug, squeeze, lift breath. Inhaling, navel is relaxed, belly's warm and wide. Exhale, pelvic floor, navel in and up. Just keep breathing like this a few more times, just taking your awareness into these different muscles, different areas of the body. And let's just have one last breath, just like this. And then exhale, engage the pelvic floor, navel in and up. As you do, lift the knees, bring them into your chest, and give yourself a nice hug. Maybe lifting forehead to knees and rocking side to side. And then we're gonna drop our feet about hips distance, and then walk the feet in so that they're a little closer to your hips. Now we're going to take the weights into our arms, and we're going to drop the weights as we lift the hips. We're going to move with the breath. So inhale here and exhale, lower slowly down. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, press low back into the floor, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, drop the weights. And then lower slowly back down. Good, so we'll work that a little bit faster. Exhaling as we lift, and then inhaling as we drop. See if you can now exhale, hug, squeeze, lift. Can you engage your pelvic floor, navel in and up as you do this? And then lower. And lift, and lower, and lift, hips, lower hips, lift, and lower. 3 more, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna hold the hips up. We're gonna turn the palms with the weights in your hands so that they're facing you. And we're gonna do bicep curls right here. We keep our bridge pose lifted. Now imagine while you're doing this that you've got a ball between your knees and you're squeezing. So I want you to activate those thigh muscles and then squeeze your glutes and breathe. Keep breathing, working biceps, isometric engagement of thigh muscles, glutes. Good, keep working for 3 and 2 and 1. Now just take the arms up over your head, lift your hips up just a little bit more, and then exhale. We're gonna round the spine all the way back down, draw knees into your chest, and give yourself a nice little massage back and forth. All right, so we've been doing this the last couple of weeks if you've been with me. So, well, I always do this where you let the knees go side to side. So we're going to start off with this. Just let your hands be on your belly and start to let the knees go side to side. Now our spine's not really warmed up, so we're going to go take this nice and slow. So as your knees go right, turn your head to the left. As your knees go left, turn your head to the right. Now see if you can widen that arc and take the thighs almost all the way over to the floor. All right, so that's the easier version. And then we're gonna go into a little bit more challenging version here by extending the legs up. And let's just point and flex our feet and loosen up the legs. Circle the ankles and just make sure you're breathing, of course. Nice, big, slow breath in and out, paddling your feet. All right, we're gonna hook our feet together. So flex your feet, you hook the outer edges. Now, what I want you to do is, I've been playing around with this. So take your hands out, palms down. Now, take the legs over to the right. Stop when you feel like, oh my God, I can't get back up. And then come back up to center. And then go over to the other side. Now, this is a lot harder. So palms down is really helping us. So how I want you to work on building this is when you can do it with the arms out, palms down, and really smoothly, effortlessly, and easily get back up, then you can start to bring the hands in. But perfect each step of the way. Don't say, oh, I'm going to take my hands up here, and then boom, now I can't get back up. So I want to build that strength in my abdominal muscles and go baby steps. So because I've been practicing this, that's been getting smoother for me. Now switch your legs so that the other one is on top, and we'll do that again. So just going side to side. So strengthening our core is key to life, really. All right, so when I switch to my legs, I found it was harder to go to the right. It was easier for me to go to the right. Woo! With my legs crossed the other way. So we want to create that balance and that core strength. So the stronger our core is physically, it makes all of our movement so much easier, no matter what we're doing. And so we are working to get our core stronger and stronger. All right, let's do this one more time. Both sides. Feel that work that's happening. And then unwind the legs, shake them, take your arms up, shake them. And then bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. We're going to take the knees wide and take them around in circles. So go in one direction and then the other. Good. All right, grab your weights again. Where did I do it with mine? All right, so feet again are, now we're going to bring the soles of our feet together like we were back in butterfly in the beginning. All right, we're going to take the arms up over our head, and then we're going to lift up our hips. So we're in a butterfly bridge. Then we're going to lift and lower the arms. So taking them over your head, bringing them down by your sides. Taking them up overhead, bringing them down by your sides. Keep moving like this. Stay in your butterfly bridge. Maybe feel a little wobbliness. That's okay. You're working core, right? Keeping that core strong. Now, leave the elbows down or the arms down, and then we're going to do hammer curls here. So keep your glutes squeezed and breathe. Keep working those hammer curls. 3, 2, 1. Slow, 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 lower down, and then we'll just take the arms out. Relax the knees, give the knees, the tendons, ligaments, a chance in your hips to just open up. All right. Let's bring the knees together, walk the feet out as wide as your mat, and we're going to take the knees back and forth. Nice windshield wipering. All right, have the weights by your hips. We're going to take a hold of the back of the knees, and we're going to roll back and forth on the spine. Now, see how my legs are creating momentum. In order to bring it more into the core, I'm going to grab my shins, and then I'm going to do that same rolling, but it's more core work. Oh, and I always spin. So brought it into the core. And now I'm going to sit up, but I'm going to balance. So I've still got a hold of my shins, but I'm only on my sitting bones. Now I'm going to begin to extend the legs up, holding on to the back of the knees. Now I'm going to pull the navel in and up, get nice and strong, and then I let go. Grab your weights, and then a little bit more hammer curl. So smile and breathe. Imagine that you're going to float away. Where do you want to go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the feet. Reach the arms up. Take a little back bend, and then lower the hands down. We're going to go forward into a butterfly. Oh, nice, big, deep stretch. If you'd like to, bounce your knees up and down and just releasing any tension or holding. anywhere in your hips or legs and just releasing that excess energy. All right, we're gonna go into boat pose again. All right, so start by holding onto the back of your knees, lift up. Remember, you can drop the feet once we pick up the weights if there's pulling or tugging. All right, you can always drop the feet, always an option. All right, arms up, lift up. Now really pull the navel in and up, and we're gonna do some triceps here in our boat pose. So maybe your body's shaking. Mine is. Good. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Lift up. Take a little back bend. Bring hands down. Weights by your knees. Relax again into your butterfly and flutter your knees. Let your head be heavy. Stretch through the back of your neck. Stretch from your sitting bones all the way to the crown of your head. And then come all the way back up. We're going to cross the ankles and come into a table pose. Curl the toes under. Lift your hips and your heart. And then exhale. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. And again, inhale, lift. And exhale, drop. As we come back into neutral, we're going to lift our hips and come into downward facing dog. And then spend a moment wiggling this out, just loosening up the body and breathing. In any way that feels good. Think about really melting your heart back towards your thighs. Your gaze is through your knees, so your neck is relaxed, and taking a break from holding up your head. If you'd like to lift and lower your heels to loosen up the back of the legs, it's going to make our forward fold so much easier before we get there. Okay, so we're going to slowly make our way into forward fold, working some stretching here. So I want you to take the feet and just step 1 foot forward. So 1 footprint. So now your heels should probably be touching the floor. Press back and really push and lengthen from your fingers to your hips. And you should feel a nice release in the back of your legs. Now we're going to shift forward and bring the shoulders over the wrists. Now, I'm in I don't even know what to call this, but we're pushing weight into our hands. I want you to transfer the weight into the 10 fingertips and breathe. We're getting upper body strength here. Now, shift back. Heels are to the floor again. Lengthen. Let the heels be heavy and the weight goes into the heels. Maybe you can even lift your toes to feel that. And then we're going to come back to central, to neutral, to middle, and then walk the feet again 1 step forward. Weight goes into your heels. Lift your toes. Press back, lengthening from your fingers to your hips. Now shift forward again. We're going to hold here. Weight is in our arms. Our shoulders are over our wrists. And I'm plugging my 10 fingertips into the floor. And then shift back again. Feel that nice stretch. We're again working into our tendons. Now step forward 1 more. So push back. Hold on to the earth with your 10 fingertips. Weight goes into your heels. I'm lifting up my toes, but the ball of my foot is connected. And then shift forward again. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. And right from here, you are so strong that you could probably just flip right up into a handstand. I know it. And then back again, shift the weight back. And then one more, and we're in our forward fold. At this point, we're gonna bend our knees and just let everything be heavy. Rock back and forth, side to side, whatever feels good to you. Loosening up. All right, so we're gonna be working on our chair pose today. So grab your weights. We're gonna rise up and come into chair. So we're gonna work on our triceps a little bit more. So weight goes into your heels. So thinking about that transfer of weight from the front of the feet to the back of the feet, front to back. Right now, weight settles into the back of your feet. Your toes have no weight, just the balls and the heels. Navel is drawn in and up. We're gonna hold it here for this. As we start to bring the weights up to the armpits and down and up and down. So just take your gaze out in front of you. Feel as you lift the elbows, are you squeezing your shoulder blades together? You want to feel that upper body's got some contraction going along with working just the triceps. So it's not just triceps, it's really that whole shoulder girdle. And of course, navel's in and up, so we're working core as well. And we're also working thighs. 3 more, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's relax into our forward fold. Drop the weights, just leave them there in front of the mat. And relax into forward fold for a moment. Bend one knee and then the other. And then let's rise up again. And we're gonna be in chair. So take the arms up, no weights at this point. Weights in your heels. And then lift all the way up. Take a gentle back bend. And then bringing hands down through heart center. All right, so hopefully you've got your countertop or something stable that you can hold on to for this. So we're actually going to hold on to the countertop as we work through sun salutations. So the first thing we're going to do is find our chair pose. Now we're going to shift the weight into the left foot and we're going to lift up the right knee. So we're going to extend it back and then bring the knee up and extend it back and bring the knee up. Extend it back. Bring the knee up. This time we're going to extend it back, and as we do, we're going to step all the way back. And then we're in our lunge, reaching up and breathing. Good. Take your arms now into cactus arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then straighten the front leg. We're going to lift up, lengthen, and then begin to come forward. So pull the navel in and up as you come down halfway. We're going to go into pyramid pose. Hold here, you're really strong. Lower the hands and bring the hands to either side of your foot. You might need to bend the left knee in order to make this happen. Now shift the weight back into your right heel. And then we're going to lift up the left toes. Let your head be relaxed, forehead's coming down towards your shin. And then pull your right hip forward and your left hip back. And your right hip forward, left hip back. Right hip forward, left hip back. All right, shift forward again. Grab your weights. We're going to come back up into our crescent lunge. So make sure that your feet are far enough apart and you feel nice and stable. All right, take the arms out.
So you've got them out like this, and we're gonna do bicep curls. So we did this laying down, and now we're doing it standing up. If you want more, you can lift up your left heel and breathe. Three more, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the heel, reach up, place the weights onto your counter, shift down. Let's really sink down. Bend the back knee, tap it and lift it. Tap it and lift it. Tap and lift. Last one, tap and lift. And then we're going to transfer that weight. Step all the way back up. Reach your arms up, lift up and lengthen. Take a back bend. I had something on the stove, I had to turn it off. Take a back bend and then come all the way back down. Find a mountain. Just find balance, symmetry, weights in the right and the left equally. You're feeling grounded. Okay, so let's do the other side. All right, so we're gonna start in our chair pose. So weights in your heels, navel is drawn in and up. Good, and breathe. We're gonna hold on to our counter, our support, our bar, and then weight goes into the right foot, and we lift and we extend. So lift, left knee, extend it back. Lift it and extend, lift and extend, lift and extend. Good, and then we step it back. And we're in our lunge. Reach the arms up. Cactus arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up your heart. And then straighten the front leg as you lift the arms up. And then we're gonna take the arms out, come down halfway. So this is a strong pose here. Our torso is parallel to the earth. Pull the kneecaps up for strength, stability. Drop the hands on either side of the foot. And we'll pull the right toes up and lift the left heel. So just transition back and forth like this. Forehead's moving in the direction of your shin. And then we're gonna hold and pause this, pull the left hip forward, right hip back, and then just shimmy that back and forth. Transition between the hips, moving in different directions. So we're trying to really get into the little crevices of our hips as we move through this practice today. Good. All right. So now bending the knee, come all the way up. We're going to grab our weights. So make sure that you've got some stability going on. We're going to take the weights out again and bring them in and out. So more bicep curls here. We want to look good in our sleeveless attire. As it gets warmer and warmer, work in the arms, pulling the navel in and up for stability and strength. If you want more, you can lift the front heel for less stability and more work. So, feeling that strength from the core on out. All right, 3 more, 3, 2, 1. Good, reach up. And then go ahead, place the weights on the counter, sink into the lunge, holding on, and we're gonna lift and lower the back knee. So dip it down, lift it up, dip it down, lift it up. Dip it down, lift it up. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're gonna, whoa, step it back up. We're back in our chair pose. So now releasing, bringing hands to your hips. So use your elbows here and your shoulders to help this. So we're gonna inhale, lift your heart, arch your back. We're in our cow pose. And then exhale, come forward, tuck your chin, round your spine. So 2 more, inhale, lifting, exhale. And 1 more, inhale, lift, exhale. Good, reach all the way up, lift up and lengthen, and then bring hands down through heart center. All right, so working on chaturangas again. We're going to do some more on the floor, but we're gonna start here at the bar or the counter. So taking your hands, you want them, right? So if you had your elbows tucked in and they could touch your ribs, your hands are out, you just turn your palms. There's the distance that you want your hands, and you want them rotated out slightly. So the thumb is going to be at the top. Now, the further out you step, the harder this is. If you want to really work on your chaturanga because it's not as strong as you'd like it to be, then stay closer. And pull the navel in and up as we do our push-ups here at the bar, our chaturangas. So just noticing the placement of your hands, and you want to be feeling that your elbows are brushing past your ribs. They're moving past, there's a connection there. You're not trying to air out your armpits in a yoga chaturanga. Now pull the navel in and up, making sure that you feel strong. We're gonna hold here. Elbows are at a 90-degree angle. Feel the body shaking for 3, 2, 1. Press out and just hold on to the counter. And then let yourself just melt down and breathe. And then coming back up. All right, we're gonna work on that now from the floor. So reach your arms up, lift up and lengthen, bringing hands down through heart center. We're gonna come into a chair pose. Place the hands onto the countertop. Weight goes into the left foot. You're gonna lift the right knee and you're going to bring it in, extend it back. Bring it in, extend it back. Bring it in, extend it back, hold it here, and then take a giant step back and you're in your crescent lunge. Reach up, take a back bend, and then let's open up into warrior B right here. So weights in the outer edge of your right foot, your left knee is over your left ankle. So this is active and strong. I'm not letting my knee collapse forward. It's actively moving back towards my pinky toe, but really I want to align it with my middle toe. And breathe. Now, if you want more, lift the front heel. We're going to lift up the arms, lower them back. Good, so we're just lifting the arms, we're keeping the legs stable right for now. Just feeling that gracefulness in this movement, the fluidity. Drop the heel, reach forward, reverse it, straighten the front leg. Reverse and breathe. Good. Now, right from here, back into warrior, reach forward, reach, reach, reach. We're getting into those little crevices of the hips today. Drop the elbow to the knee or press into the knee as you open up into side angle. Now I'm going to pivot my back heel slightly back. That helps me to drop the hip and open up a little bit more into this pose. We're going to go right into a twist. So rotate the hands. Right hand comes to the inside of the left foot, and we come into our twist here. And breathe. Take the hand down. Both hands are on opposite sides of your left foot. Now you're in a nice deep lunge. You're gonna just lift up the left leg and take it back until you're in your plank pose. Now, if you need to, remember what we were just doing before. If you want to drop to your knees to practice this, to get your chaturanga really strong, go ahead. You're gonna pull your elbows in and slide your ribs through. Once you get down there, you take a moment to relax. Your shoulders release down your back, and you come into a back bend. Turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left. Loosen up your neck, tension in your neck. All right, now here's a challenge for you. Coming back to center, curl the toes under. Can you lift up back into plank? Pause there for a moment, and then into down dog. So very often we just use the momentum to lift us right back up without pausing in our plank pose. Okay, so let's see. Right leg was back. We're gonna lift the right leg high to the sky, and then we're gonna bring the knee in, and we're gonna shift forward and hold and pause in plank here for a moment, and then extend it back. Nice and strong. Pull the knee in, shift forward, shoulders are over your wrists. Extend it back, three-legged dog. Keep moving just like this. Bring it in, extend it back. Bring it in, one more, and extend it back. Let's bend the knee and stack the hip at this point. And breathe. Now straighten your right leg, draw knee into chest, shift forward again. Now you're holding here, lift up. So lift everything up, and then your foot has room to move through. And breathe. All right, we're gonna rise up. So come into your crescent lunge. And I needed to switch sides. So you're gonna open up into warrior and the opposite direction. Okay, so settle into this just for a moment. Feel the strength. Weight in the outer edge of your left foot if you'd like to lift the right heel, but make sure that your knee is over your ankle. Holding here, we're just going to fluidly let the arms, like wings, flying away. And just breathing here. 3 more. Floating off. We're nice and strong. All right, we're gonna hold here. Drop the heel, reach forward, and then straighten the leg as you reverse it back. And then coming back through your warrior, pause, and then reach. Reach, reach, reach. Again, we want to get into those little spaces in our hips that we don't often access. And you can feel that in that stretch. Elbow finds the knee or presses into it. Now I'm going to pivot the back heel slightly back. That inwardly rotates the back thigh, which enables me to open up to a greater degree in this pose. And breathe. Feel that strength, that energy. Where is the center of your strength? It is your core. And we rise back up to then just rotate right into our twist. So left hand's on the inside of your right foot, right arm is up. We're enjoying this stretch. And then we drop the hand. Now, We're in lunge, nice deep lunge. Press weight into your hands, just step the foot back. You're automatically there in your plank. Remember to drop to your knees. Pull your elbows in, shift slightly forward, and lower all the way down. Once you get there, just relax. Shoulder blades slide down your back and breathe. Look to the right, look to the left, look right, look left. Come back to center, curl the toes. Now, can you lift up and be in plank for a moment? Pause there. Then make your way into downward facing dog. All right, let's play around here. We're gonna lift the leg way up high, bring knee into chest, shift forward. You're in plank arms. You extend the leg back. And then bring the knee in. Plank arms. Extend back. Knee to chest, plank arms, holding here. One more time. And then lift it up, bend the knee, stack the hip. Again, accessing some other recesses of our hips. Good. And then straighten the leg, bring knee into chest, plank arms, lift up, and foot comes right between your hands. And then we're gonna step it all the way up and come into forward fold. Grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. And then reach all the way up. And you should be right in front of your countertop. So feet are hips distance. We drop into chair pose. Now you're gonna hold here, lift up the heels. So they're lifted pretty high. You can work on your balance here by maybe just having fingertips land on, instead of holding on, but do what you need to, right? Sometimes it's just, oh, look, I just need one fingertip. Maybe I can release both hands and just keep my heels as lifted as they are. And let's come all the way up then. And then lower the heels as we lower the hands. All right, so for a nice stretch, we're gonna hold on here. We're gonna take our right ankle and cross it over our left and sink down. Now rotate your right ankle as it's hanging out there on the other side of your left knee. All right, so sink down as much as you can. And then holding on, we're gonna go right into eagle arms. So, but we're gonna keep our legs in the number 4. So cross your right elbow under your left and maybe just hug your shoulders, or if your palms can take the wrap, great. Now, can you sink down even more? If you need stability, just simply lean against the counter and breathe. Good. Squeeze your elbows together. Squeeze now your shoulder blades together. Feel your navel drawing in and up. Good. And then come all the way up. Release the arms. Release the leg. Holding the knee up. Just balancing here on one leg. And then bring the hands down to heart center. Extend the leg back behind you. Now hold on to the bar. We're going into warrior 3. So get the leg up as much as you can. You can even come down onto the bar or the counter, resting your head on top of your hands and just feeling this. Now, if you're there where I am, I'm gonna lift up slightly and breathe. I still have a fingertip to hold on to the counter if I need to. Try not to let your nose go into the counter now. And then let's come all the way back up. Woo! I used the counter, arms up, knee up, and then we release. Let's find mountain pose for a moment. So we had a lot of weight in the left leg. Let's just shift weight into right and into left, into right and into left, and then find balance. All right, we're gonna do that on the other side. So, facing the counter, chair pose. Shift the weight into the right foot, and the left ankle crosses the left, right knee. Oh my gosh, right and left, they always get me. Rotate your ankle. And then sinking down, bringing hands to heart center, sink down. So we've got a good balancing going here, just this in itself. Bringing in the core and feeling that strength. All right, we're gonna go into eagle. So cross left elbow under right, taking a hug or the wrap, and squeeze, 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 squeeze. Pulling your shoulder blades together, squeezing your elbows together, pulling your navel in and up. All right, we're gonna unwind from this, and as we do, just lift the arms, lift the left knee, holding here. And then bringing hands down through heart center, kick the leg back, and we're working on warrior 3 here. So lots of options. You just wanna have that leg right out behind you. Maybe you hold on a little bit. Maybe you fully rest on it and just work on the toes pointing downward of your left leg. The nice and strong here. Then beginning to lift that weight out of the support. Maybe arms out like wings. And breathe. Coming out of this, lifting arms up, bringing left knee back up. And then lowering down. And this time let's shake our 9 gates. Oh, so bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce on your heels. Let everything just be nice and loose. And then coming back to center. All right, so one more balancing pose. So combining bar and yoga, what better pose than doing dancer pose? So the nice part is that we have something to hold on to really help us with this. So the biggest thing with dancer is having the shoulder open, not closed. And do you see what happens with my hand? So we're going to hold on with the left hand and then weights in the left foot. I'm gonna reach for my right foot. Now my shoulder's nice and open. The eye of my elbow is pointing out. This is something that people do unconsciously, and then they're pulling. When we go to do the dancer pose, there's pulling on the rotator cuff. So no injuries here. All right, so to begin with, we're gonna just face forward to the counter. Foot is in the hand. You can also have a hold of the outer edge of the foot. But now we're gonna start by just simply kicking the foot into the hand. We're not going forward yet, we're creating a back bend. And now we're going to begin. Once you get that, now we're gonna begin to hinge forward. So you can extend the arm out, but just know at any point in time, you can drop your hand and give yourself some stability. And maybe you can go a lot deeper in your dancer pose because you've got something to hold on to than if you were just hanging out. So we're going for this stretch now. All right, let's release that. Now, before you let go, just for a nice shoulder stretch, If you push your right foot over to the left, just takes you into a little twist and it gives you a nice shoulder stretch. All right, let's do the other side. So my right hand's now on the counter. I'm gonna lift the left foot and the eye of the left elbow is out and away from me. All right, so now I'm going to start to kick my foot into my hand. This is also a great quad stretch. Then I start to hinge forward. I'm gonna walk my hand out so that I can go into this. I've got a nice support. I'm looking for the stretch. I can go nice and deep here. And then breathe. So maybe you get this opportunity to really feel what you're looking for when you're doing a dancer pose out in the middle of the floor or out in the middle of the room. The possibilities of how far the body can go. Good. Now, don't let go of the foot and then take the foot over to the right. You come into a little bit of a twist and it's just a really nice stretch on your left shoulder. And then we release. Good. Step the feet out nice and wide and let's do a twist here. All right, so final pose, we're going down to the mat. We're gonna do frog pose. So we've been working on opening up our hips. So take the arms up, lift up and lengthen, and then release, come into your forward fold.
Plant your hands, step your feet back into a downward facing dog. Just linger and enjoy this stretch for a few minutes. Moments, not minutes. Wiggle it out. And then we're going to drop to the knees.
Okay, so frog is a little different than child's pose, wherein you, instead of your hips being back by your heels, your hips stay up equal with the knees. You're going to take the knees as wide as you possibly can. Now, I'm a little bit more flexible, so I can take my feet out. Toes are pointing in opposite directions. I'm going to take my knees out as far as I can. Now, I'm going to do this sideways so that you can see where my feet are and my hips in relation to my knees. Then you come down and you relax. But my hips are lifted. I'm in a bit of a back bend. And frog pose is an intense pose. But we prepped ourselves with all of our hip work. Now, an option is you can always have the feet in a little bit more. You don't have to have them out as intensely as I do. I have to turn sideways for this because that was killing my knees. So be mindful. Just where you are with this. If you need to make any adjustments, modifications, go ahead and do it. But frog's a challenging pose because it opens up the hips, and the hips are where we keep our secrets. And sometimes it's uncomfortable to open up that space where we keep things hidden. Let yourself breathe. Working beyond the muscles into the connective tissue. The connective tissue wants to be strengthened and lengthened in spring. And yes, this still is technically spring. Three more breaths. Last one. And then we're going to begin begin to press ourselves up. The easiest way to come out of this is to walk the feet closer in towards one another. Bring the knees in, and then we're gonna just come onto our backs and draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big, big, big hug here. Rock gently side to side. And then just allowing the connective tissue around our spine to have a chance to stretch a little bit more. We're going to relax into a twist here for a minute plus on each side. So if you can, turn your gaze to the left as your knees are right. And just let this be a relaxing. You've earned this, working the muscles, stretching the muscles. Now let everything relax and let the memory seep into the cells, into the muscles, so that it maintains that length and strength that we've created. So slowing the breath down again, thinking about filling the lungs and stretching out the ribs. Thinking about letting the breath go down into the belly. And just letting everything be soft at this point. One more nice big deep breath in through your nose and out. Bring your knees back in through center and just let them relax over to the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Just beginning to let the body relax. This gives our outer hips a nice stretch as well. We'll take 3 more breaths here. You can linger in your twist as long as you'd like. And then I'll transition us into Shavasana, but if you'd like to stay longer in the twist, if it's feeling good to you, then stay there. If you have time for a longer Shavasana, that's always nice to give yourself that gift. So often we're running around, and this little time out that we've had has been a nice reprieve to remind us to have patience, to remind us that it's nice to slow down and smell the roses. It's nice to be able to give ourselves time to just be. And when you're ready, you will move into Shavasana by extending your legs and palms up, out by your hips. And then just let your breath find wherever it needs to go right now. Energy flows where our intention directs it. So if you need it directed into any particular body parts, direct the breath there, sending it some love. Just giving yourself this time just to be. Lingering as long as you can before moving. When you do decide you are ready to move, do it slowly and methodically. Just feel the body coming back to life. And just setting an intention for all of us for the rest of our day. Sharing some loving kindness, the practice of metta. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all live life in peace. Namaste. Thank you.
Thanks, Charla.
Thank you very much for being here.
Charla, it was great.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Have a great day.